We are back. This will be the first show that I have watched a season of that has gotten a second season both on this channel. Even though this is the third season, you know what I mean. This is a historic moment for us, but there's questions that get raised with that. Is this season 3? I have reasons to believe that they don't consider it that way, although I'm going to consider it that way. So if I need to change the title or any of that stuff, let me know. But from what I saw, the streaming services are apparently listing it as episode 14, which would be a continuation of the second season, like another core almost. That would make sense with why we got it so fast after the first season. More concerns start coming when you find out that this is like the longest arc in the entire manga and about the same exact size as the first season entirely was, and it's scheduled for 13 episodes. Concerns, big concerns there, right? Pacing things possibly, how exactly they plan to handle this. I don't know. I'm gonna start it off by stating all these things because they've been on my mind. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get to record yesterday when it came out, and now I've been thinking about them all day. Also, to add in, apparently, I don't know for sure, but I've heard or read that the OP is the exact same, at least the song, which would lead me to believe that it's a continuation of season 2 as far as they're concerned. So the titling of this is going to be a little off, but we'll do what we can. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's just say I'm excited. I'm not thrilled, right? I'm not. I'll be honest. Backstory for those who skipped out on the entirety of season 2 or do not remember, I would like a recap. I love season 1. I think it is fantastic, phenomenal even. So many things that I took from it and I love, and so much emotion put into it, you know, between me liking the character so much and the dynamics between them and how they approach the certain situations here with Takemichi's journey here. There's a lot that I liked. Season 2 basically said everything you like there, we're not doing it, and they just took it away from me, and I hated basically all of it. I thought season 2 was god awful, which you can go watch my reactions and my angry discussions on most of the episodes if you want to see there. It does not just have to do with the fact that I had so many issues with production wise of the animation and everything else. It had a lot to do with, I don't know, just the way that the story I think was presented within the anime itself, where I think I would have enjoyed it a bit more had I read it. But I don't also think that I would have loved it too much had I read it. So it all depends. And I never actually went back and did a recap or any of that stuff to verify that stuff beforehand. And here we are with probably we'll call season 3 for now. This I have extremely high expectations for, actually. While I'm not pumped for something that I have high expectations for, which might seem weird, it just has to fall on production issues and a bunch of uncertainties about fears of me being concerned that they might rush it and stuff. But we have to get into it before I really let that bother me. Anyways, high expectations strictly due to the fact that every single person when I complained about this season or season 2 in those videos was telling me, oh, this is the arc that you want to look out for. This is the shit that gets good. I even got a friend who went and read all of it and he told me this is the shit that I would love. So we're here for it and I'm excited. So hopefully we get some good things. I have no predictions or thoughts or literally anything going into that. We're just going to go in and we're going to figure out what happens. We got left off with Kisaki, I believe, joining Tenjiku, a new group that has kind of been formed as a result of all the other actions and things that have happened before. They have a leader whose name I think they might have said last time and I don't remember. I did no recap. I got no idea. And he's like on the cover of it looking at Mikey from the promo image. So he's gonna be a big deal, I'd assume. Where I think we're gonna go from here, we'll explore a bit more of Mikey probably ultimately being a bad person, and us not probably being able to save him mentally, at least like throughout this whole thing, and he's going to end up losing himself at some point. Nothing else besides that. We'll probably get a lot more into Kisaki constantly calling us his hero, or calling us hero. I believed we got into that for the most part with why he called him that before, but I would believe he also has reasons other than that that we haven't really figured out. And if that's not the case, then I got zero fucking clue. But here we go. That's all gonna be it from me. If you like it all though, hit the like and subscribe to me lots. May feel free to stick around for the discussion. Leave any comments about this episode or series. Let's get going though with episode 1. They weren't capping. It's the same. We're gonna title it as 3, but continuation probably. Also, apologies if I start like coughing or sound a little messed up or I'm out of it. I've been sick for days now and it's finally getting a little better. Part of the reason why there was no episode on time for this. Why do they make every group look way scarier than ours? That's all I'm saying. A fight at the shipping docks? How are you still confused after 38 episodes that when you change things, other things change? It's like a logic thing. I don't either, to be fair. Oh. Is somebody gonna come save us, or are we gonna lose a man in the process? Oh, we know that loser. General Staff Officer. I think Captain sounds way cooler of a name. Or a title. I found a new home. Yeah, but why do you want to be accepted by him so much? What do you love bro for? I thought we were about to kick some ass and he just fucking went away. Well, the big guy. This is the best y'all got. Break their knees. It's part of it, bro. You signed up for this when you decided you wanted to be in a gang. I'm just saying. I respect the boys trying to fight, though. We won't know what happens next week's chapter. Oh, the boys. The Afro boys. Let's go. Oh my god. The aggression. He just slowly backs him down. I thought the other guy was the captain. Yeah. Oh, this is twin brother. Gotcha. One's always happy, one's angry. Got it. Of course. This goes in the nicest way. Oh my fucking You're just dragging him. Maybe you should keep driving just to figure it out, though. Angry, okay. Miley and angry, easy. That's what I just said at the beginning. This dude's been going for how long now and he doesn't know anything. They got cool jackets. I'd rather be on Smiley's, I think. Oh, sounds dope though. If everybody's losing to him, come on, use your brain. And then we fall under another thing. And each of them are still way too strong. He calls him angry too. I like their real name. No, they're saying AKA. It can't be. Oh, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm calling him that. Oh shit. Just ram your bike into him. See how strong the boys are. I love them. They're great. They're
何度繰り返しても失敗する。ドラケン君を救ったはずなのに失敗。東満から妃とブラックドラゴンを追い出したはずなのに。
So you're just starting to believe that no matter what you do, you're going to fail.
一向によくやらない。なぜ？チフユ。
I'm cursed.
もしもだよ。
It's over. It's destined.
俺が未来を変えた後に、さらに未来を改ざんしてる奴がいるとしたら。
Oh, okay.
妃もタイムリープしてるとしたら。
Well, I don't want to think that way, personally. It makes things more complicated. I'm not gonna think that way. It wouldn't be, no. But I think the more likely scenario is somebody along the lines of Mikey, for example, like loses his cool no matter what, because that's just who he is as a person. So no matter what happens here, things are going to go south because he gets in the way in some sort of way with what he does. I would argue it would be more along the lines of that. Mm-hmm.
12年後あんな風になっちまった。妃はずっと一貫してる。俺は妃はずっと俺の東満を作る。自分にとって都合のいい東満を作ろうとしている。
Basically.
東満を自分好みに作り変えてるってことか。
We wouldn't know, but it's logical.
理解しても失敗しちまうことにも納得がいく。もし本当に全部妃が仕組んだことだとしたら。
But the thing is too, if he definitely could, that means you've beat him every single time, because every time he's had to change his route and do something entirely different from where it was before. So you've basically won every time. You're beating him at his own game here. It's just he's the obstacle that keeps getting in the way. Alright.
No,
What if we're just delusional?
その顔やめろ。
Don't pull it.
お前さ、天竺が何者かってことだ。妃が裏で糸を引いてんならなおさらな。
Okay.
もし妃もタイムリーパーなら、きっと今必死な。
Yeah, because he keeps fucking up.
必死？だって未来で死んでんだろ、あいつ。あ、確かに。ってことはあいつ。
Yeah, yeah. Hold on. I didn't even remember that. Yeah. Yeah. So it doesn't work. Also, the thing I've been preaching for 2 seasons now of let's just kill the guy. This would have solved, you know, this answer for you if you do it in the past. Just saying. Damn, Division 2 going at it. Nobody's even backing him up. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fucked up. They was the ones watching the fight where Baji died, right? They're literally forming a fucking super group. Yeah. They're just a bunch of 12-year-olds. You can stop them. My god, dude. Well, that's a way to send a statement right off the bat. That's very you know, you shouldn't do that. Damn, they're literally tracking everybody down. Okay. I wonder if they're just not gonna matter if they're killing them. Because if so, then I don't even know how he go. Oh my god. Yeah. Bro, what a scar. The brawler from the Big Four. 4 versus 100. He recognizes you. You're gonna take them all on by yourself? Some of y'all got really bad hair. I'm just saying. Maybe he just wants to talk, you know? It's definitely not the case, but... Jesus. Oh, we're really sending statements. Okay, they have names. It's the blonde guy over there. Why? Ooh. Ooh. Toughest hat. It's not anymore. Yeah, he fights with his kindness. What are you doing here? Do we know each other too? Doesn't appear so. I like the boots. Thanks. Like a warning. I don't remember him, but I felt like that the moment he saw you, he knew that, so... I am dead. To make like a... Oh, okay! What the fuck? Holy shit! I love the support. I thought he was gonna hit him and it was gonna make like a squeaky toy sound. Yeah, what the fuck? When did I level up? Brings me back. Oh, what the fuck? Huh? The boys. Oh, this is so weird. There's so many weird things between groups. Yeah, no shit. Stay away. Stay away. You're a piece of shit. Stay away. He's power hungry. He's greedy. But his eyes are crazy. How are you gonna figure that out though? You can't just ask him. He's gonna answer that? Okay, but you can. Okay. But you're in the big four, so you should be as well. This ain't a fight you want, bro. Uh-oh. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. Damn it. Yeah. Okay, that was really good. And I'm happy. That's better than like every episode from the last season. So hats off. Great job. We introduced a lot. We really did, if you think about it, or at least a lot for you to keep your mind on. We don't know specifics with a lot of stuff, so it might make it a little bit more difficult for me to figure out what I want to say here and how to approach it. But once again, great start. Really interesting to have the dynamic of this group split and then have everybody kind of have these like interpersonal things, it seems like, almost with somebody else. Even though that's actually not the case, but it seems as though like we know somebody or have had like run-ins with this person before, whatever the case is, set up something with Mikey and the other leader, and then also set up something with Smiley and his brother being able to meet up and fight against one of these other guys that they've had before, right? And then Takemichi has a connection with this other guy. Everybody has these different run-ins and these things, these ties to somebody else, and now everybody on one side also has a tie to Kisaki, who's now involved over here as well. So it kind of, it's interesting that we all have somebody that we're really connected to. We've had that before with many of the other ones, but usually it's something where somebody is connected to the person in the other group, Baji switching over to the other group and Kazutora and all that, right? Or before, where specifically we had like everybody is aware of Taiju, right, because of who his brother is and that whole connection, but it's something like that. But now everybody has like their own personal connections rather than having to split up, rather than just like one person having that, or us all having a connection with that one other person, right? It's like multiple involved, which I think just makes it a bit more interesting in the dynamic with that, because when you start mixing in the idea of what we talked about at the end with a possible traitor, and to be aware of that, it makes things a little bit more difficult, because before you'd probably would be able to make a guess, oh, this person is because they're connected with this person in some sort of way, or whatever the case could be, right? And now it makes it a little bit more difficult to catch on, because it could be a variety of people, and possibly people that we haven't really seen from yet, which leads this to be really interesting. So I am excited to see the direction that they head towards there. The traitor aspect is weird, and it leaves me wondering though, if the whole Mikey run-in with the other leader was a like thing to let you know that your leader might be a traitor towards you and everybody else, and might be working with the other group. I don't believe that to be the case, but I definitely feel like that could be like a hint almost right before we get into it, to showcase Takemichi's connection with this other guy, right? Like right before they flash it, they instead decide to pan away and show you this other conversation that just took place in the meeting between these two people, as if that's a thing, right? I'm curious to get more into that and have an understanding for it, but there's not too much I guess I can really go off on and guess on for that. Now, the big point I would say for the most part here is Kisaki being a potential time traveler. I have issues with the idea that that could be true. I don't have a problem necessarily with that being the case, but I do have reasons for why I don't think that's the case, and also why I don't think I would prefer that to be the case. Starting off, why I don't think that's the case. One, they literally just said dude was dead. I don't remember, to be honest. I'll have to go back and check at the end of last season when he went back in, that Kisaki was dead. So if he is dead, actually I think, nah, I don't remember. Okay. Either way, if he was, his ability has to work entirely different than ours, because we're not able to be sent back in the same sort of way, but he still has access to things some sort of way. So there's definitely a possibility, but I just don't like it, because then everybody has their own thing, and then you can't just be like, oh, this one other person has access or can do the same thing. You have to be cautious of basically everybody else that you kind of run into, which can create a lot of problems. I also don't like the potential like bringing that up at this point in the story, because it leads me to kind of feel like we didn't have a direction to really like lead us into more, so we had to pull something else out. Now that's not necessarily the case either, because that could have been something that was set up from the whole like beginning, right? Which would technically make sense, because we have been hinting towards Kisaki being like a problem since he was introduced. It just makes me feel a little weird that it's like not something that was ever really thought of before this point, and then the moment it like just kind of comes up, I guess people could be okay with that, because then they'll be like, oh, everything kind of connects. But for me personally, I'm just like, I don't know if I like being 3 seasons in, 40 episodes in, and then you just find out for the first time that, oh, there's probably other people out there who might have the same sort of power and can do those things, right? Like, it just, I don't know, for me it feels a little weird, but I'd be okay, I guess, with the idea that we would introduce somebody like him, and wouldn't necessarily hate the entirety of the idea. The other thing I think that leaves me like confused, or why I'm like, this can't be the case with Kisaki, is because possibly it's just my own brain getting into it, but it's the possibility that if that's the case, he probably would be onto, because he seems smart enough from everything that we've seen him kind of do or attempt to do so far. I would assume that he would just understand that Takemichi also goes through the exact same thing as him, and would kind of go out of his way to remove Takemichi from the equation, to allow his plans to be successful and not constant failure after failure, which just makes me think like that wouldn't make much sense. Now, if we want to move all that stuff aside, I want to also focus or think about the idea of what like the role is here when it comes to why Kisaki's going out of his way here to call Takemichi his hero all the time, his over obsession with Mikey, what he has in plan, I guess, for Takemichi, because he clearly could do away with him. He's way stronger. He has way more people backing him and kind of protecting him in a way. It just, what he's holding on to him for. The whole hero thing still hasn't, there's got to be more to it. Definitely more to it. I mean, other people calling him it too. There's plenty for me to think about that I don't have all clicking here right now, but I'm just thinking about it. We start off the episode, same OP, new visuals, no problem at all there. I like the song a decent amount. It's still not season 1 level, but it's a good enough song that I'm not going to complain. We have our run-in with Kisaki, who basically just wants to tell us what his plans are and then dip, and that's kind of cool. I actually really fuck with that. He could have just ended us and did all that stuff there, but instead he was like, I got other plans, I got other things I gotta worry about and do, which is, I don't know, I like it a lot, actually, the direction he chooses to take there. Smiley and Angry show up here and just completely scare everyone away and start beating people up, which is great. The scene of him here just slowly like backing the ball down while he's on his bike, and then also when he comes back up here and he's just dragging one of the guys. Is the craziest shit. It's so funny to me. Takemichi not also picking up on the idea that things change, like every time that he comes back things are different. It's like, no shit, you change something, of course something else is going to change, which just plays even to more like how dumb he can be when he doesn't realize that the two people who look identical and also have 2 different hair colors are twins, but just like different people too, who we thought were the same person. Like, hey, he's a character for sure, right? I like their little duo, their twin gang thing that they tried forming, and their jackets are pretty cool, and I like that. We had a run-in with Big Boss Man over here before, and that's kind of how they know how strong he is, because he kicked their ass before. So he's definitely somebody that we're gonna be a bit cautious of. And not want to mess around with when it comes to that. We have our conversation with Chifuyu here about the idea that somebody, Kisaki specifically, possibly time traveling and all the things going into that. I talked about that a little bit, so we're going to kind of leave it at that. Interested also just to note that if that is the case and they're kind of going against each other in these situations, Takemichi continuously comes up on top by succeeding in the things he's trying to do in the past, even though it doesn't create the future he wants. He's coming out on top in most of these situations, so he's kind of got the advantage here if things are going all well. Anyways, a lot of other people are getting into fights. People start getting fucking hit with crowbars and shit and ganged up on and dying, and it's getting tough. I don't know. I'm assuming nobody's dead here, because then we really wouldn't be able to go back, and they would probably make it a bit more, you know, emotional and stuff regarding all that. But it's a good way of kind of showcasing you the power difference in the ways that they're not willing to stop at anything. They're willing to do absolutely everything in their power here to put a stop to these other people and these other groups. Also, the fact that these two are now a part of the group is fucking crazy. We saw them, I believe, in the first season, so long ago, and now being able to see them again here and just adding more leaders of former groups and things who are very powerful and have a lot of probably pull of getting other people and influence in here. It's really scary to know. A lot of cool designs though for a lot of these different characters, which I definitely like a lot. We pull up 100 of these different beasts are here. We have another one of the big 4, I believe. What did they say his name was? Mochi or whatever, but he's a big 4, I believe, as well, right? So we know 2 of them, and I'm assuming their leader probably isn't one, and Kisaki's probably, no, he said Kisaki has a different handle, so I wonder the hierarchy for that. I'd assume the big 4 are close to him, but he says Kisaki's close, and so I don't know. I don't actually know. Anyways, he basically notices who Takemichi is. That was his realization that he had there. Of course, Takemichi knows him though, because why wouldn't he, right? This scene's weird. Like, it's weird. It shows who Mikey is, which makes sense. But when Buddy shows up here, it gets a little weird. Like, just telling him his name, nice bike, bro. Just see ya. Like, it's a weird, it's like, let me scout the competition and then not, you know, tell him who I am in this first meeting type of thing. And I like these meetings a lot. I just talked about this in another series before, about how when you have a meeting like this between your 2 leads in a way here, especially if they're at odds with each other, it makes it a lot more impactful if you start off like this when they either don't know each other, or usually when they don't know each other, because then when you bring them back later, they're like, oh shit, and then they maybe can put a little bit more into context about why this person was here or whatever, noticing that you saw them before and you've talked to them before, right, and that you know them, as opposed to if these two were to immediately meet and it wasn't a simple like let's just pass by moment, and it was more of like a actual conversation interaction that it felt like they were actually having, and there would be more reason for them just to kind of stop there and know exactly who each other are and begin our fight and stuff there. So it works really well for us to kind of just bypass almost here, or almost like one of them's kind of scouting out for the other person. Now I wonder if his reasons was just to figure out who Mikey is and just like get an idea of this person, or if it's because he's well aware of the obsession, almost like Kisaki, and this new person that's kind of been forcing him into this, right, comes involved, and he's like, oh, this is the person this guy's kind of obsessed with in a way, or trying to figure out maybe if he can see something in this guy through this meeting. I do wonder. Takemichi getting this blow is crazy. It makes you, you know, think that he's doing something when you find out the guy just let him do it. Of course, he knows this guy from childhood, though. A whole bunch of shit went down. His eyes are cool. I really do like that, and I'm assuming we'll get some backstory and things explored about his scar and a whole bunch of other things with him and their relationship possibly before. But then he tells us to worry about a traitor. I'm assuming that means a traitor within our group that he's well aware of who exactly that is and what exactly their reason and stuff is. I do not know. I just want to say Mikey because I feel like that would make sense with the future stuff that we've seen him kind of go down and turn into. But at the same time, can't really think of anybody else who would have been close to Kisaki or that we've seen possibly be a little sketchy or anything. So I don't really have a good shout for that, but excited to see kind of what's to come. That's gonna probably be all it for me. I feel like I just rambled about a lot of useless things, but very excited. And honestly, the more interesting of this episode I felt than like almost everything I can recall from the previous one. So good job, good start so far. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave any comments about this episode, this series, anything. I'll read. If you got any recommendations for other shows for this season you want to see watched as well, leave them down below, or just any other shows in general. Leave a like and subscribe. They do really mean a lot to me. I'll be back for episode 2 of this arc next week. You guys have a good one though. Peace.